Hello and welcome viewers. You're watching In Depth with your host Kriti Mishra. India today stands at an inflection moment in its quest to become a global defence manufacturing powerhouse. The vision of transitioning from Make in India to Make for the World is transformative. India has the right mix of competencies and competitiveness. Here's everything you need to know about Make in India in the defence sector. India's defence production has grown at an extraordinary pace since the launch of the Make in India initiative, reaching a record 1.27 lakh crore in financial year 2023-24, with defence exports rising to an all-time high of 23,622 crore in financial year 2024-25. Once dependent on foreign suppliers, the country now stands as a rising force in indigenous manufacturing, shaping its military strength through homegrown capabilities. This shift reflects a strong commitment to self-reliance, ensuring that India not only meets its security needs but also builds a robust defence industry that contributes to economic growth. Strategic policies have fueled this momentum, encouraging private participation, technological innovation and the development of advanced military platforms. The surge in the defence budget from 2.53 lakh crore in 2013-14 to 6.81 lakh crore in 2025-26 underlines the nation's determination to strengthen its military infrastructure. With modern warships, fighter jets, artillery systems and cutting-edge weaponry being built within the country, India is now a key player in the global defence manufacturing landscape. The success of Make in India has not only reinforced national security but also positioned India as a dependable exporter of defence equipment. This growing capability reflects India's vision of achieving self-reliance while shaping the future of advanced military technology.
हम हमारे हथियार जो उत्पादन होते हैं उसकी इज्जत हम नहीं करेंगे और हम चाहेंगे कि दुनिया हमारे हथियारों की इज्जत करे तो ये संभव नहीं होने वाला है। शुरुआत हमें अपने से करनी होती है और ब्रह्मोस इसका उदाहरण है। जब भारत ने ब्रह्मोस को गले लगाया, दुनिया ब्रह्मोस को गले लगाने के लिए आज कतार में खड़ी हो गई है। दोस्तों, हमें अपने हर निर्मित चीजों के प्रति हमें गर्व होना चाहिए और मैं भारत की सेनाओं को बधाई दूंगा। उन्होंने 300 से अधिक हथियारों, उपकरणों की सूची बनाई है जो मेड इन इंडिया ही होंगे और उनका उपयोग हमारी सेनाएं करेगी। उन चीजों को हम बाहर से नहीं लेंगे। मैं इस निर्णय के लिए तीनों सेनाओं के सभी साथियों को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। साथियों, ऐसे प्रयासों का परिणाम अब दिखने लगा है। बीते 4-5 सालों में हमारा डिफेंस इंपोर्ट लगभग 21% कम हुआ है, इतने कम समय में। और ये नहीं कि हमने पैसे बचाने के लिए कम किया है, हमने हमारे यहां उसका ऑल्टरनेट दिया है। आज हम सबसे बड़े डिफेंस इंपोर्टर के बजाय एक बड़े एक्सपोर्टर की तरह तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं।
India has achieved the highest ever growth in indigenous defence production in value terms during financial year 2023-24, driven by the successful implementation of government policies and initiatives led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, focusing on attaining Atmanirbhar Bharat. The value of defence production has surged to a record high of 1,27,434 crore, marking an impressive 174% increase from 46,429 crore in 2014-15. This growth has been bolstered by the Make in India initiative, which has enabled the development of advanced military platforms, including the Dhanush artillery gun system, Advanced Towed Artillery Gun System, Main Battle Tank Arjun, light specialist vehicles, high mobility vehicles, light combat aircraft Tejas, advanced light helicopter, light utility helicopter, Akash missile system, weapon locating radar, 3D tactical control radar, and software defined radio, that is SDR, as well as naval assets like destroyers, indigenous aircraft carriers, submarines, frigates, corvettes, fast patrol vessels, fast attack craft, and offshore patrol vessels. 65% of defense equipment is now manufactured domestically, a significant shift from the earlier 65 to 70% import dependency, showcasing India's self-reliance in defense. A robust defense industrial base includes 16 defense public sector units, over 430 licensed companies, and approximately 16,000 MSMEs, strengthening indigenous production capabilities. The private sector also plays a crucial role, contributing 21% to total defense production, fostering innovation and efficiency. India targets 3 lakh crore in defense production by 2029, reinforcing its position as a global defense manufacturing hub. Let's take a look at key defense acquisitions and approvals. Procurement of light combat helicopters Prachand with Hindustan Aeronautics Limited on March 28, 2025 for 156 LCH Prachand helicopters worth 62,700 crore. The Indian Air Force will receive 66 helicopters while the Indian Army will get 90. Deliveries will begin in the third year and continue over 5 years. Designed for high altitude operations above 5,000 meters, LCH has over 65% indigenous content involving 250 domestic companies, mostly MSMEs, and generating over 8,500 jobs. Wet leasing of flight refueling aircraft. The Ministry of Defence signed a contract with Mitra Management to lease 1 KC-135 flight refueling aircraft to provide air-to-air refueling training for Indian Air Force and Indian Navy pilots. This is the first FRA to be wet leased by the IAF, with delivery expected within 6 months. Approval for Advanced Towed Artillery Gun System. The Cabinet Committee on Security, chaired by Prime Minister, approved the procurement of 307 ATAGS along with 327 high mobility 6x6 gun towing vehicles for 15 artillery regiments under the Buy Indian indigenously designed, developed and manufactured category at a cost of 7,000 crore. Developed by DRDO in collaboration with Bharat Forge and Tata Advanced Systems, this boasts a range of over 40 kilometers, advanced fire control, precision targeting, automated loading and recoil management. The Indian Army has extensively tested the system in diverse terrain and weather conditions, providing its accuracy and reliability. Let's also take a look at record defense contracts in 2024-25. The Ministry of Defence has signed a record 193 contracts in 2024-25, with the total contract value surpassing 2 lakh crore, nearly double the previous highest figure. This milestone reflects the government's commitment to strengthening national security through enhanced procurement and modernization of the armed forces. Of these, 177 contracts, accounting for 92%, have been awarded to the domestic industry, amounting to over 1.68 lakh crore, which is 81% of the total contract value. This significant focus on indigenous manufacturing aligns with the vision of self-reliance in defense production, boosting local industries and generating employment across the sector. Innovations for Defence Excellence, or IDEX. Launched in April 2018, Innovations for Defence Excellence, or IDEX, has created a thriving ecosystem for innovation and technology development in defence and aerospace. By engaging MSMEs, startups, individual innovators, R&D institutes and academia, IDEX has provided grants of up to 1.5 crore rupees for developing innovative technologies. To further enhance self-reliance in defence technology, 449.62 crore has been allocated to IDEX, including its sub-scheme, Acing Development of Innovative Technologies with IDEX. As of February 2025, 549 problem statements have been opened, involving 619 startups and MSMEs, with 430 IDEX contracts signed. The recently launched Aditi scheme aims to support critical and strategic technologies such as satellite communication, advanced cyber technology, autonomous weapons, semiconductors, artificial intelligence, quantum technology, nuclear technologies, and underwater surveillance. Under this scheme, grants up to 25 crore are provided to innovators. Reinforcing its commitment to supporting startups and MSMEs, the Ministry of Defence has also cleared procurement of 43 items with over 2,400 crore from IDEX startups and MSMEs for armed forces as of February 2025. Additionally, projects worth 1,500 crore have been approved for development. India's pursuit for self-reliance in defence manufacturing has significantly reduced its dependence on foreign suppliers. Through strategic policies and indigenous innovation, the country is developing cutting-edge military platforms, strengthening both national security and economic growth. Self-reliant initiatives through joint action, that is SRIJAN, launched by the Department of Defence Production in August 2020 to promote indigenization under Atmanirbhar Bharat. It serves as a common platform for defence public sector undertakings and the armed forces to list imported items for domestic manufacturing. As of February 2025, over 38,000 items are available, with more than 14,000 successfully indigenized. Positive indigenization lists. The Department of Defence Production and the Department of Military Affairs have issued 5 positive indigenization lists for LRUs, assemblies, sub-assemblies, subsystems, spares, components, and high-end materials. These lists set fixed timelines beyond which procurement will be restricted to domestic manufacturers. Out of over 5,500 items listed, more than 3,000 have been indigenized as of February 2025. Key indigenized technologies include artillery guns, assault rifles, corvettes, sonar system, transport aircraft, light combat helicopters, radars, wheeled armoured platforms, rockets, bombs, armoured command post vehicles and armoured dozers. 2 defence industrial corridors have been set up in Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu to boost defence manufacturing. These corridors provide incentives to companies investing in the sector. Investments worth more than 8,658 crore have already been made in the 6 nodes of UP, that is Agra, Aligarh, Chitrakoot, Jhansi, Kanpur and Lucknow, and 5 nodes of Tamil Nadu, that is Chennai, Coimbatore, Hosur, Salem and Tiruchirappalli. As of February 2025, 253 MOUs have been signed with a potential investment of 53,439 crore. Ease of doing business. The government has introduced several measures to improve ease of doing business in the defence sector. The validity of export authorization for parts and components has been extended from 2 years to the completion of the order or component, whichever is later. In 2019, the defence production list was streamlined to reduce the number of items requiring a manufacturing license. Parts and components of defence items were delicensed in September 2019 to encourage investment. The validity of defence licenses under the Industries Development and Regulation Act of 1951 has been extended from 3 years to 15 years, with a further extension option of up to 18 years. Over 700 industrial licenses have been issued to 436 companies in the defence sector. The introduction of an end-to-end digital export authorization system has improved efficiency with more than 1,500 authorizations issued in the last financial year. In fact, Make projects have been divided into three categories. Make 1, government funded. Up to 70% government funding for prototype development, capped at 250 crore per development agency. Minimum 50% indigenous content required. Make 2, industry funded. Focuses on import substitution, encouraging domestic industries to develop critical defense systems. No government funding with a minimum 50% indigenous content requirement. Make 3. It involves manufacturing in India under technology transfer, that is TOT, from foreign OEMs. No design and development, but require a minimum of 60% indigenous content. As of March 24, 2025, a total of 145 projects have been undertaken under the Make initiative, with the participation of 171 industries driving indigenous defense production. The initiative includes 40 Make 1 projects, 101 Make 2 projects and 4 Make 3 projects, strengthening self-reliance in defense manufacturing. Let's also take a look at other key initiatives. In recent years, the government has implemented a series of transformative initiatives aimed at bolstering the country's defense production capabilities and achieving self-reliance. These measures are designed to attract investment, enhance domestic manufacturing, and streamline procurement processes. From liberalizing foreign direct investment limits to prioritizing indigenous production, these initiatives reflect a robust commitment to strengthening India's defense industrial base. Liberalized FDI policy. Foreign direct investment in the defense sector was liberalized in September 2020 to attract foreign investment, allowing up to 74% FDI through the automatic route and above 74% through the government route. Since April 2000, the total FDI in defense industries stands at 5,516.16 crore. Tata Aircraft Complex. Tata Aircraft Complex was inaugurated in Vadodara in October 2024 to manufacture C-295 aircraft, boosting Atmanirbharta in defense with 40 made in India aircraft out of 56 under the program. Manthan. The annual defense innovation event, Manthan, held during Aero India 2025 in Bengaluru, brought together leading innovators, startups, MSMEs, academia, investors and industry leaders from the defense and aerospace sectors, reaffirming confidence in the government's commitment to technological advancements and Atmanirbhar Bharat. Defense Testing Infrastructure Scheme. It aims to boost indigenization by providing financial assistance for setting up greenfield testing and certification facilities in the aerospace and defense sector, with 7 test facilities already approved in areas like unmanned aerial systems, electronic warfare, electro-optics and communication. Priority for domestic procurement. Emphasis is placed on procuring capital items from domestic sources under the Defence Acquisition Procedure or DAP. Domestic procurement allocation. MoD has earmarked 75% of modernization budget amounting to 1,11,544 crore for procurement through domestic industries during the current financial year. India's remarkable strides in defense production and exports underscore its transformation into a self-reliant and globally competitive military manufacturing hub. The combination of strategic policy interventions, increased domestic participation, and a focus on indigenous innovation has significantly strengthened the country's defense capabilities. The surge in production, the exponential rise in exports, and the success of initiatives like the Make in India reflect India's commitment to achieving Atmanirbharta in defense. With ambitious targets set for 2029, the nation is poised to further expand its global footprint, reinforcing its position as a dependable partner in the international defense market while enhancing national security and economic growth. Well, viewers, that's all we had for you in this edition. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Sansad TV. Goodbye for now from my side.
To watch more programs of Sansad TV, subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to like and share them.